Well, if it's not time to recap the month that was, October of 2023. I almost said 2022 because this year just went by.
Yeah, I know. We got 2 months left. That's insane.
Wow.
And it's going to be 2024.
Yeah. I'm not ready.
No.
Not ready for 2024 because I'm loving 2023.
2023 has been a great year. 2024 seems like a scary year. It's because it's in the future. I don't know. But let's jump into the monthly recap.
Yeah.
With we're going to combine these first 2 categories because it's the same content creator.
Yeah.
For channel of the month and video of the month because we discovered the video first and now we're in love with the channel. So the channel is Optic Lure. This guy,
Lure. I think it's Lure because there's a fishing hook in his thing.
Oh, okay, so
I think
Optic
it's
Lure.
Optic Lure. Yeah.
This guy, he doesn't have many videos.
No.
But the videos that he does have are amazingly done.
Yeah.
He's a fantastic storyteller.
Yeah.
His production's really great. And the video of the month is why you should buy physical over digital.
Yeah.
So it's kind of what we've been talking about on the channel, but his perspective and what he talks about in that video is something that no one, not even us, have talked about.
I dare you to watch it and find a spot where you can click away. There will be a spot in the video where you're like, why the hell is he telling me all of this?
Yeah, he tells you a story.
But this guy's delivery is impeccable. I literally think this fella would love to chat with him. Could have a channel on the level of like NES Complex or My Retro Life.
That's what it feels like.
Because I watched his Shenmue video as well. And it's impeccable work. Like, thinking that he has less subs than us. I know he only has like 8 videos, but dude, this guy is unbelievably
he's
good.
dialed in, and you can tell he spends so much time like prepping and like research and like maybe even scripting his videos because there's so much research behind it. But dude, every time I click on one of his videos, I'm just invested, and then I'm like, oh my god, I just watched a 30-minute video about Shenmue, and I've never even played Shenmue.
Yeah, and
like,
we've talked production, right? And I agree with you. But the pace he speaks at, he lures you in.
Yeah,
Optic Lure.
optically he does.
Yeah, well, but even with his voice, his tone, it's weird. I can't explain it. I'm gushing over the quality of this dude's stuff. And that video, I've watched the video we're talking about. I've watched it front to back twice, and both times at the end, I was a little like kind of choked up in a way.
It brings an emotion out of you.
Yeah.
Which is exactly, it's a great video. You need to check it out.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. He's got passion, he's got production, and he's got personality. He's got the 3 Ps.
Yeah.
Amazing freaking channel, and he's got both of these.
I would just say if this dude wants to push the pedal to the metal and go to the next level, it's all there for him because he's that fucking good.
He's so good.
Yeah.
Now let's move on to video game of the month, and this should be no shocker because this game just came out, and we're playing it. We're jumping on the bandwagon, kind of, but you know it's a great game. Mario freaking Wonder, phenomenal. It started off. I will say it started off, and I was like, fine.
Yeah.
And then it just keeps getting better and better and weirder and weirder. Like, we have a save file we're playing, and then I started my own save file at home.
Yeah, and I've got my own save file.
Yeah, I'm playing this game
with my
twice.
girlfriend, and then I've got one by myself. We're loving it.
I'm playing this game more than once, and it's like, I've already played this level, but I want to play it again.
Yeah.
It's a great game. I'm playing as a different character. It's phenomenal. Highly recommend. I mean, Mario games never disappoint. So
Yeah, I remember hearing, on the front side of this coming out, like, people are, like, concerned. And to me, that's like in 96 being concerned that the Chicago Bulls are going to be in trouble in 97. Like,
no,
guys, it's a Mario game. Even the bad Mario games. You hold your lip here. What? Even the bad Mario games are still good.
What do you mean by bad? What game are you talking about?
I'm not going to say it. But
it sucks.
I know what you're thinking.
Mario 64.
Yeah, terrible. But it delivered on everything, and this is there's a video topic we have coming down the pipe, but this is a shut down the channel type of game.
Yeah.
Like, we're filming this instead of playing that, but we still have it on in the living room.
It's queued up.
Yeah,
I can hear the music playing.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna get back to it. I've literally been playing it so much. I love it. It's simple and easy. It's a beautiful freaking game. But then also, what I really like about it too is there are levels that are hard.
Yeah.
Like, you can kind of just breeze through the game if you want to, or if you're trying to collect everything or 100%, like what's we'd like to do, good luck. Well, there are hard levels.
Special World or whatever it's called, there's some shit in there that I've been playing Mario a long time. It pushed my buttons. And you're going to watch me blow my nose on my hanky. That's okay. You can keep talking.
It's such a phenomenal game. It's fantastic. Highly recommend if you haven't checked it out, or if you're a fan of Mario, you got to play it. It's So great. Now let's move on to comment of the month. This comment came through a couple days ago. I'll pull it off on my phone. It's by Alex OJ, I think is what his name is. Alex OJ, ALYX.
Yeah.
He commented on our reacting to comments video. So this is a comment to a comment, kind of. He goes, I have never met an interesting person that wasn't a nerd about something. Even those you wouldn't immediately classify as a nerd, or wouldn't classify even themselves as a nerd, could be nerdy about something. My grandma was a chef in the Army. She was definitely a baking nerd, judging by how good her Yorkshire pudding was.
I just have
Incredible.
to pause the video. Okay. I'm a pudding connoisseur. I've never heard of Yorkshire pudding.
I've heard of Yorkshire patties.
Yeah.
But I've never heard of Yorkshire pudding.
I'm
also,
intrigued.
This comment took me on a roller coaster. Yeah. Because I did not expect him
to dive into Yorkshire pudding.
Into Yorkshire pudding with his grandma baking.
Yeah.
I love it. It's a great thing because if you're passionate about anything, you're a nerd.
Yeah.
But now I really want your grandma's Yorkshire pudding.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it is.
Yeah.
But I want it.
I'm gonna find some Yorkshire pudding. But this comment was in reply to somebody saying in one of the comments, like, unless you're a nerd like these two, about nobody cares about physical media unless you're a nerd. And this guy's saying, hey, get off their ass. I know nerds about Yorkshire pudding, pal.
Yeah. To see what that other guy's grandma's.
Yeah.
Not making Yorkshire pudding.
Grandma's probably dead for all we know.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's why he's so bitter. Now let's move on to Beer of the Month with a new graphic. With a new graphic that I made in After Effects. Pretty cool. Beer of the Month.
Should I do the old...
Yeah. I mean, I thought it turned out pretty cool.
It did. It's really cool.
But this is the Toppling Goliath beer. This meeting could have been an email. It was an IPA. We didn't drink it on the channel, but we drank it in a Patreon Zoom beer. So if you were there, you saw us drink it.
And while we were playing some Mario Wonder.
And playing Mario. This beer, fantastic.
Yeah.
Toppling Goliath's great at their IPAs, but this IPA was it was very smooth and it was different because a lot of their IPAs kind of taste the same. In a good way.
Yeah.
This one was different, but still good.
Yeah.
It's like...
Yeah, it was. It was good. It's not good for them, to get off the pseudo-sue path. But this definitely had a different feel and mouthfeel and taste. Yeah,
it was still at the level of Toppling Goliath.
Yeah.
It blew our mind. We've gotten it multiple times now. That's how good it was. Yeah. And now let's move on to a fun category of the month re-up, and that's What's Spinning.
Oh, yeah.
We got two of them.
Yeah.
Different. You want to go first for this one?
Sure. So I've been revisiting a band that I was really into when they came out, and I seen them live twice, and there was nobody ever there.
That's so bad.
And they had one big hit called Let Me Out, and the band is Future Leaders of the World. And they were kind of in a weird pocket of time. They were kind of that... in that new metal, Korn, Limp Bizkit, but kind of on the backside of that stuff, I feel.
A little late to it.
And the vocals were kind of in the vein of Kurt Cobain and Lane Staley. And they had the one big song and a couple others that maybe got some radio play, but they never really took off. And it's a shame because I truly believe their lead singer, Phil Taylor, is one of the best vocalists I've ever heard. And I've heard him live. I heard him one time with the full band, and I heard him one time acoustically. And I was absolutely blown away.
Yeah.
And it's been just years and years and years and years. And randomly in my YouTube feed, it came up. And I have all their records, which is only 2. And I also have an EP that you could only get at live shows.
Which is badass.
And it's really good. And it doesn't even play anymore unless it's on my iPod, which barely holds a charge, which we did get to enjoy that. But it's been fun to revisit and just really appreciate his voice, his vocal ability, which is off the charts.
Oh, dude,
one of the best lead singers I have ever heard in my entire life, and nobody knows about
his vocal control.
Yeah.
Because there's so many parts in the song where he's screaming and then back into it's incredible. They're a band that you showed me a few years ago.
Yeah.
And I got way into them, and now they slowly come up in my shuffle.
I think when their new album came out, I was so excited, no one else was, and I bought 3 copies and gave you one and Ryan one.
Yeah.
You guys are like, what are you giving me? And I'm like, just trust me on this one.
And they were like, oh my god.
Yeah.
This is fantastic.
And I appreciate too, seeing the acoustic performances where it's raw and it's just him, and one of them is in Dubuque, Iowa.
Which is so cool.
It's just awesome.
And it sounds just like the record.
It's unbelievably good, and it's been fun to revisit the stuff, and I just kind of listen to it on my own because I'm not sure, Is the girlfriend gonna like it? Does Robert want to hear it? But I love that band, and I don't even necessarily love their style. I just love how good of a vocalist he is.
Yeah, he's incredible.
Phil Taylor.
I don't care if you're right or if I'm always wrong. Just wanna say my telephone's on. Let me out, I'm singing. Let me out, I'm singing. I'm alive and a cheater in prison. Accused until I ain't not true.
Unbelievable.
Dude, yeah, they're a fantastic band. Check them out if you haven't. And I've been listening to, we're going to go back to like the 1970s. This came out in like 70, 71. Rodriguez. I talked about this in the Patreon Zoom happy hour. But if you weren't there, I'll talk about it again. So I watched this documentary called Searching for Sugar Man. Incredible documentary, highly recommend. The best documentary I've ever seen. But it's about this artist, Rodriguez, who got signed to a label, but then didn't do anything. He's from America. I think he lives in Michigan. Mm-hmm. Didn't sell anything. You know, so then he was like, okay, you know, got fired from the label, kept working. But then he blew up in South Africa for some reason. Best-selling artist of all time in South Africa. Like, even outsold Elvis.
I'm so excited to watch this.
Like, man. Dude, it's... So then it's like, years later, this documentary, like, is trying to find him and all this stuff, but he has 2 albums. And they are incredible albums. It's singer-songwriter type music, so it's kind of like Bob Dylan, but I think I like him better than Bob Dylan.
Wow,
Bob Dylan
okay.
Bob Dylan's incredible, you know, because Bob Dylan's Bob Dylan, but
yeah.
I like him better, and he's just... It's wild. The documentary is so cool because he had no idea he was famous. You know, so he's just
a working man.
He's just a working class man that all of a sudden is like, what the heck? People know my music? Like, it's incredible albums and incredible documentary. Check it out if you haven't. I don't even know where to see it. I watched it in class.
And the documentary is just called what again?
Searching for Sugar Man.
Okay, because Rodriguez, it's not in the title.
No, but his first song on his first album, Cold Facts, is Sugar Man.
Okay.
So Searching for Sugar Man. And incredible, dude. That's highly recommended. I've been listening to him a lot, and then that goes into like very old school, you know, radio, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, yeah, very cool.
Sugar man, won't you hurry? 'Cause I'm tired of these scenes. For a blue coin, won't you bring back all those colors to my dreams?
So, people wait around for these monthly recaps, and not many of you wait around because now it's just a Patreon exclusive. Hey, look what we're doing over here. But Boner Dog of the Month has got to be Mr. Entitled. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Here we go. So you walk into a Starbucks on a Saturday morning, and you're trying to just order a couple coffees, maybe a couple breakfast sandwiches. And, you know, at that moment in time, you have to understand, I'm entitled. Okay? I'm at a Starbucks. I'm spending $5 to $7 for a coffee and breakfast sandwiches because I'm too good to order breakfast. Guilty as charged. Yeah, okay? I cook breakfast all the time. I'm not saying I'm too good to do that. But that's how it makes me feel when I go into a place like that.
It's a treat, kind of.
So maybe it's me projecting. Right? So here's what I got to encounter.
Oh, okay.
I ordered, there's this new fall apple crisp, and it's with oat milk, and it makes me sound like a complete douchebag. I get it.
Is it good, though?
It's absolutely fantastic. And then you get an extra shot of espresso in there.
Always. You got it.
But I ordered them, and I definitely said warm, right? But it's so busy. It's so busy. And it was so hard for me not to go engage with this human being and just try talking to them about, let's just be better. So my breakfast sandwiches came out lickety-split. And I'm still waiting there in there. And dude, you got to understand on a Saturday morning, you made a 30-minute investment minimum, okay?
Yeah, it's going to be busy.
Yeah.
You got to know what you're getting into.
So both my drinks come out, and they're the iced versions. Right size, though. And you know what? I just was like, hey, man. They didn't even say anything. I didn't even acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Just my luck of the draw. But the guy that walked up next to me, he had a cold drink. And it was supposed to be a hot drink. And this guy was a softball dad. Okay? Yeah. He had his chubby little family with him.
Was he wearing a jersey?
Nothing against chubby families. But no, but he had all the gear on.
Yeah.
And this fucking guy pops off. Berating these people. Like, you guys can never get it right. How hard is it?
Jesus Christ.
Dude, so maybe it was a straw that broke the camel's back and we caught the guy at the wrong moment.
Yeah, dude, I've never snapped at a fucking...
But can we
I've never
not,
snapped at a working person, you know?
Can we not understand that we're just blessed to have someone make us coffee?
Yeah.
And you make mistakes all the time. I don't know about this guy. Maybe he never does. But people make mistakes all the time.
He probably does.
And you hope that people give you a soft landing. Holy shit, dude. This guy just went off the rails. Off the rails.
Like,
and
it's busy.
Guess how? So I just hung back because I just wanted to see it.
You want to see what happens.
What ended up happening, he could have just had his drink, and his family already had their breakfast sandwiches, hadn't eaten them yet, had them in the bags. Mr. Guy, Mr. Entitled, we'll call him, he goes, gets all the breakfast sandwiches and the other coffees that were right from his 2 daughters and his wife, and the cold drink, and he gives them all back, and he just wants his money back. And he budges in front of people in line, and he got his money back, and they left with nothing. Because I'm assuming it was his drink came out cold instead of hot.
Everybody else had their stuff?
Yeah, and I'm not even mad at the guy. This is one of those, like, I just want to talk about, let's be better. You are entitled.
You punished your family.
You are entitled.
Oh my God.
And you kind of are an entitled hoity-toity piece of shit when you walk in the door of a Starbucks and you expect your gas station coffee's not good enough. Coffee from home ain't good enough. Settle down. Like, stop.
Dude, the fact that he cut in line and he was like...
Dude. There were 3 ladies working. This place was jamming. Drive-through wrapped around.
Yeah.
Easily 40 people inside. And this guy wanted to take that time to prove, I don't know, that he's the man of the house. He's the best softball
Yeah, but
dad
why
ever.
would you... They got one thing wrong after the entire order. Why would you give it all back? You already had it.
I was just sitting back there and I was just like, wow, man.
What the heck?
Wow.
Dude?
We've gotten so disengaged. You know? I looked at it as, you know what?
Yeah.
We've always had those drinks warm. I've never tried them cold. Maybe it's better.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything, man. I'm grateful. I don't know.
Dude, I have a feeling that's how he is on it. Like, he orders a salad with ranch on the side and it comes with on it. And
I didn't even say a word. A couple weekends later, I was back in there and I just asked, hey, you know, what's the right way to order this? Warm. Didn't say, I never mentioned you made a mistake.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure, I get it. Because it was better hot.
Yeah, it was better hot, yeah.
I don't get it, man. I think you get what you give, and I think when you give a lot of that negativity, you're going to get a little bit of that shit back. It's called karma. How you doing, Mr. Entitled? You are the boner dog of the month, and you'll never see this video, but that's okay.
God, if I would have saw that, I would have just been like that would have made me mad.
No, I just had to sit back, and I was just having a great morning. I got a lot done before that time. I got up and early, did some work around the house.
And you were treating yourself to a nice coffee.
And I was like, man, I just want to see how he's going to deal with this because he's already popping off. And the same thing happened to me. It was a good moment. It was a good moment.
Yikes,
Yeah.
dude. Now let's transition into something more positive.
Yeah.
Even though it is funny. It is funny.
Yeah, because people act like that, guys.
People act
Adults.
like
This guy's older than me.
Adults.
And he's raising children. I don't have any. God damn, I would hope I would be a better example for kids than that.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah, that's you're doing that in front of your and you're taking breakfast away from your family.
I've grown up in that type of shit though, and I know what that makes you feel like as a kid. Those kids want to probably crawl away and die.
No, they probably were like, but we.
And you've dealt with some of that shit.
Oh, dude, it sucks. Now let's move on to what's on in the game room. We got a lot of stuff on. We even have Halloween 2 on right now.
Yeah, right in the background, right behind the video scope. Yeah.
There's Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
You've been watching Friday the 13th?
Yeah, so I made it through 1 through 7. I think tonight we're going to do 8.
Manhattan.
7's interesting. I think they ripped off the Poltergeist girl, but I'm going to leave it at that. Don't want to give it too much away. Ooh, I was really enjoying it up until about 6 and 7.
I think 8's enjoyable but bad, and then I think 9 and 10 are also terrible.
Okay.
That's just what I've heard.
Yeah.
I haven't seen them. We have always been watching football.
Yep.
Scary movies in the background, and then I just finished season 4 of Mad Men.
Boom.
Which is pretty cool. I've been getting them on DVD, so I got to go find 5 and 6 now on DVD. Which
I got you on 5. 6, I think we're in trubs.
Yeah, but where is it? In a box somewhere?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I want to own the series eventually, so I did get them all. It's a really good show. You know, obviously it came out a long time ago, but it's a journey of human emotion and
the human element.
Yeah,
especially
human element. It's wild.
I appreciated that series too, because I think they did a great job at capturing the misogyny of the era.
Oh, for sure.
And how far it doesn't feel like we've grown that much as a culture after I talk about, Mr. Entitled, but we really have. And
it is wild because, like, you want to like John Hamm's character, the main guy, Don Draper, even though he is shitty and every girl that talks to him, he ends up hooking up with.
Yeah.
And, but then also it shows, in season 4, it really shows him breaking down, and like, it shows like all these, and it's just like, okay, so now you understand why he's acting the way he is sometimes.
Yeah.
But then it doesn't justify his actions.
Yeah.
But he's dealing with a lot of stuff, and it's a great show that's obviously about ad sales, but way more than that. So that's what we've been watching. Now let's move on to the Patreon Q&A. We got a few of them this month.
There we go.
All right, so the first one is David Brinkman. He goes, what was your favorite Halloween costume as a kid? There's more to the question, but let's start there.
Mine was, for sure, hands down, I dressed up as Batman. It would have probably...
Batman.
It would have probably been 90 or 91, because it would have been after Batman Returns.
Yeah.
But my dad and I were both super into the original. And my dad, we didn't have a lot of money, so I had the fancy costume, right? The Batman, like, legit. It was a really nice one. It wasn't like the plastic mask. It was really,
like
really nice.
I had the plastic
And
mask.
I remember my dad painted around my eyes, and I felt so cool. And my dad, the working man that he was, just wore his overalls, like a full like green, almost like something Jason would wear. But he painted his face like the Joker and dyed his hair green.
Oh, that's really cool. And he walked around with you.
And he dressed up. And that's one thing that I'll never forget. I only had so many years trick-or-treating with my dad around.
That's awesome.
My dad's still alive, by the way. It's just after my parents got divorced. But every year my dad dressed up. And he would throw it together last minute. He never bought a costume. It was just...
But it would work.
Stuff that was laying around. I think he used like lipstick for the stuff and just had white... And I was just like, man, I didn't know it at the time, but looking back at it, it's like, man... He cared, and he wanted to make it fun.
He's putting in effort to make it more. Yeah, as a kid, you just go, "Oh, this is awesome," and then looking back, that's awesome.
So that's my favorite.
I'm trying to remember. I was Batman. I was a lot of things growing up. I was Jack Sparrow one year. That was fun because I had a really cool whatever they're called. What is he called? A pirate?
Yeah. I didn't know what you were reaching for there.
Yeah, so I wore that costume a few times after I was born for Halloween. But then one year I went as Michael Jackson.
Nice.
And that was fun. But what was weird about that was...
Did you have a beard then?
No.
I wish you would have.
No, but I was a kid. And I don't know why. I don't know who let me do this, but I went as Whiteface. I did Whiteface Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And is that allowed?
I don't know, but I think you should bring it back with a beard.
I literally painted my face.
I want you to do it again with a beard.
With the glove.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I had the fedora.
With the pass.
With the pass. So that was pretty fun.
Yeah.
I can't remember any other. Oh, actually, one year, I was Igor from Young Frankenstein.
Okay.
So I had to hump, but then every few hours I'd switch it.
Oh.
Because that's what he does in the movie.
Yeah.
He's hump on it. Dude, it was so.
That's cool.
That was a fun one. And then he goes, do you still dress up as adults? If yes, what are you going to dress up as this year? I do sometimes, but I don't really have costumes.
I haven't in years, unless it was like a work-related thing, but it's been... Yeah, I think the last work costume I had, I went as the Ultimate Warrior.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have photos of that?
Somewhere, probably. Yeah,
awesome.
Somewhere I probably do. Yeah, I made a whole coat and the whole nine, but...
Oh, that sounds really cool. I think the last time I really dressed up as an adult, it was probably like 7 years ago, I went as the Joker.
Yeah.
And I got like the full suit. I used full face paint.
Isn't that weird? We haven't done it in like 6 years. Been on YouTube for like 6 years. We don't have a life, folks.
Yeah,
this is what we do.
This is what...
It's Halloween. We're filming this on Halloween.
Yeah, this is
We
Halloween.
aren't at a costume party. No.
Next up is Sean. He asked, what is your guys' favorite level or stage from games of an entire console or generation? So this is a very vague and kind of specific question.
Yeah.
But it's tough because specific stages of games.
So I guess I don't know the name of the stage, and I'm not good at that type of stuff, but I would say just off the wrist, maybe 2 come to mind, and I think one of them you're going to say is a cop-out. But the first one would be the first water level in Donkey Kong Country with aquatic ambience.
That's what
I think it's mostly... Well, it's actually... There's hidden things in the level, too, that I really like. And you get the swordfish for the first time that you can ride. So whatever that level's called. And then, it's not really the level, but I'll never forget the first time I did the boss fight against Psycho Mantis in Metal Gear Solid 1.
I get that counts. I can get it.
So I don't know that it's a level or that maybe that's why I'm saying it could be a cop out. Like I'm just referencing a boss fight, but that was a moment in gaming that just blew my mind. I was like, dude, I have to change the controller port. It's vibrating without me touching.
Yeah, and you're like, what's going on?
Yeah. That was cool, especially when you're a little younger. You kind of can buy into that shit a little bit more. And no games do that anymore.
No, they don't. But
yeah,
because you could just look it up. And back in the day, you couldn't. I don't know levels in particular, and it's hard for me to pick a favorite. But one that does come to mind is from the PS2 era, Gen 6, Nightfire. That's going to be the Skyline level multiplayer. Very specific, because I don't even think it's a level in the campaign. I think it's only a level in the multiplayer. It's like the snowy level with the 2 houses, and I know where everything is in the map. I know how to get on the roofs and like use the sentinels. And
yeah, I know you do.
yeah. It's one of my favorite maps. Well, then, yeah, Red Faction.
Well, Red Faction, yeah. Red Faction 2. But I don't know the name of the level. But I know which one I'm thinking of. It's with a bunch of the grenade launchers, and it's looking down at the center of the map. But I was going to say the complex.
Oh, for
multiplayer maps in GoldenEye.
GoldenEye.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah, it's tough thinking of specific levels of games though.
Yeah.
Just because I mean, the original Mario Bros. It's always cool when you go. The first time you go underground, it was at 1-2.
Yeah.
That's cool. But
I'm not good at that stuff.
I'm just not good at
together.
Yeah, I kind of just like the whole game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But cool question. And then Tumo asked, Sting, the icon, announces retirement after 35 years over multiple organizations. What is your dream match for his last in-ring appearance?
Man.
You know Sting a lot more than I do.
Yeah, I think I would just like to see a Scorpion Deathlock versus Sharpshooter match. And I'm a Bret Hart guy. Most of you that watch the channel know that. But yeah, it's the same hold. And who has the better one?
I didn't realize it's the same.
Yeah, I would just like to see it. And I think Bret Hart's way... marginally more technical than Sting. Sting's a great in-ring performer. But I would just love to see it. I think it'd be a cool battle. I know we already seen The Undertaker versus Sting, kind of the dark, people.
Oh, that's cool.
But Sting had years before that where he wasn't so dark. So I just like to see 2 guys get after it.
Did they ever...
legends.
Did Sting and Bret Hart ever... Were they ever in the same...
I missed a lot of what Bret Hart did when he went to WCW. So I think he was in a tag match where it was Sting and the Ultimate Warrior and Bret Hart and Hogan. That's the only time I think they interacted.
Okay.
Could be wrong on that. My WCW acumen is better than average, but poor at best. So, I don't know for sure.
That's a really tough question. The only thing that's come to mind, and just because it's my favorite wrestler, is Jake the Snake.
Yeah.
But it'd be so... It would be...
I don't know. I think they could have some great promos
the promos and stuff, and it would be kind of cool, but it also would be kind of stupid. But I do like what he is doing with...
Darby Allin.
Yeah. I like that angle because it's the same... I don't know, the same style of, face paint, I guess. And I do like what they're doing with him. Yeah. I don't really watch modern wrestling, but...
He's an icon, and I love that the majority of what everyone will remember about him has nothing to do with the machine that is the WWF/WWE.
Yeah.
He did it all kind of on his own. He did go there at the end. I almost kind of wish that chapter never would have happened, but then we went and got Taker and Sting, which wasn't even that great of a match. I don't know.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
But it's badass that he's been wrestling for. Mm-hmm. Like, he's been around for so long. And he still looks incredible.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
He still looks great. And then the last one, another one from Tumo, he said, what are some of your favorite Halloween B movies? So bad they're good.
I guess you're saying horror, probably.
Yeah, just October
movies.
You
guys know, obviously you've seen me wear the Chopping Mall.
Chopping Mall.
Yeah, I don't have my VHS all sitting right here. I love that movie. That would probably be my top of the heap. I'm trying to think of that one, though, that I just had with, like, the girlfriend that's a robot. But I can't remember the name. We had it on in here.
We watched it in here?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But Chopping Mall would be my go-to.
Chopping Mall is fantastic. I don't know if this is a a B horror film or a B grade movie, but Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Oh yeah,
definitely is up there.
It's great.
I think that movie is a lot more popular than it was, so I guess maybe it is a B movie.
What's that Slumber Party movie? That's really good.
Is it just called Slumber
I think
Party?
so. Yeah, that's really
terrible. Man, I'm trying to think of other.
The problem is we should start reading these beforehand and get our answers prepared, but we don't. Yeah, we just.
I maybe read them when you guys post them, and then I forget about it. There's a really terrible movie like The Birds, or no, that's Hitchcock. There's another movie where like they do CGI birds and it's garbage. Like it doesn't even look good. I don't know if that's technically a horror, but that movie is ridiculous. Yeah, I'd probably go with Killer Clowns. Just that's an easy answer, I think. That's a tough question.
Yeah.
We used to watch a ton of B grade.
Yeah.
But we haven't watched any this year.
Yeah, and most of the ones we have, including Chopping Mall, is all on these compilation DVDs.
Yes.
So a lot of times, if we're not paying attention,
we miss them.
We don't even know the title. We just like it.
It's Trick or Treat. What was that one? What was that one with like the famous musicians? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, Trick or Treat.
That was Trick or Treat.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's kind of a B grade.
Yeah.
It's just I love that they're so stupid.
Yeah.
You know, so
absolutely.
That's all I can think of at the moment. Now let's move on to the last category of the monthly recap, and that's monthly highlights.
Yeah.
First one, obviously, Mario Wonder. Fantastic highlight.
Like, is it a highlight for us? I don't know. I think it is because we're loving it.
October,
Yeah, we're loving that game. We're gonna play it when we're done filming this.
Yep.
And we've played some of the levels already. It's just
I know it's so fun.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's so awesome, and I'm so excited for new games. You know, like in a few days, RoboCop's coming out.
Yeah.
And we're excited to play that. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I think we're planning on streaming that.
That's going to be sick.
Yeah.
So that stream might happen before you see this. Who knows? And then also in October, we talked about it last month, and it did happen last month, but we were able to do the donation. We were able to donate the money to the Children's Cancer Connection.
Yeah.
We were able to go to the location, see the new offices, see the new playground.
Yeah.
It was very cool to be able to be like, oh wow, because last year they were like, your money's going to the playground.
Yes.
And then being able to see the playground.
Yes.
That was awesome. And being able to see the new space and like it's all ADA accessible, it's all on one floor.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And one thing that really stood out to me from that whole deal was those of you who've been around for a while, maybe you've been in streams and seen Jackson Edwardson, or Action Jackson.
Yeah, Action Jackson.
And he talks shit. And he's the guy that always gets me going as Stone Cold. And he took his time to donate his copy of a WWE game on the Switch to them. He lives in Canada.
Yeah.
So this kid paid a hefty amount. You guys know how international shipping goes, right? He probably paid $25-$30 to ship this thing. And yeah, just people doing their own thing outside of that thing, which is getting crazy, was like, man.
Yeah.
I walked in and he had said he was going to do that.
Yeah,
and I seen the game sitting there and I was like, and then they told us the story.
He had said in the stream he was going to do it, but you know how people are, you know,
Yeah.
you could just be in the moment. But then they told us he did that. They were like, yeah, some kid sent us this, and we were like, oh, what, really? And then like they sent it. I was like, that's awesome. People are going out of their way to like help this organization. It is so surreal. It's fantastic. We were able to donate this year a little over $12,000.
Yeah.
Which is freaking blows my mind because that's
for real.
so much money, and that helps them in so many different ways.
Well,
because they do so many camps and organizations.
Yeah, it's just it really is surreal. Like every year we've done it since it started. You know, when we first did it, I'm not going to say it didn't matter, but it started off pretty small.
Yeah.
And then every year I'm like, man, can we get there again?
Yeah, that's the tough part is we keep setting the bar so high,
and then
that it makes it so tough.
And
it's really cool because like one of the people that we interact with has been there since we've started, so she's seen the channel grow.
Yeah.
She's seen us grow. She's seen the donations grow, and so it's every time we come in, she's so excited, and it's just really cool.
Yeah.
Like, thank you guys so much that were a part of it. I know we said it a bunch last month. But
yeah, for sure.
It's pretty wild, and it's nice that we were able to do it so quickly this year, because usually it takes 2 months after the stream to able to donate because of the money situation. But this year it went straight to them, so it was super nice.
That was a huge fix too, because we were dealing with we'd have to wait, and then we had to get our own money in line because
write checks.
Because the super chat, before we got big enough to link it up with YouTube, Robert and I behind the scenes, we were covering the gap. So we're like, oh man, these people are donating money and it's taking 30%. We'll cover that. as soon as those numbers started getting big, we said we would do it, and we're like,
30%.
well, we got to do it now. But 30% on 10K, we were like, last year I remember we were like,
yeah.
But we did it because
and
we're not gonna ever say anything that isn't gonna happen. We're gonna be dudes of our word.
And this year made it so easy, just going straight to them.
For sure.
It was it's just super nice. So thank you guys for that. Other than that, October's been kind of a weird month. We haven't our upload schedule and everything has kind of been all over the board, and we're kind of experimenting.
Yeah, a little bit.
We're kind of testing the waters here.
Yeah, it seems like if we upload later at night on a random weeknight, and we can both be boots on the ground, not at work, not at school, and just be interacting with comments, that somehow I think helps the algorithm think that there's interaction on the video.
Yeah. And
throw it. Yeah. Because we've had 3 videos in a row, 2 videos in a row we've done that on. The one prior just was an anomaly that went off for whatever reason. Like 100,000 views. But if we do that, the videos just do better.
Yeah. So and it is nice to be in the comment section when a video goes live, and if you're one of the first people to watch it, you get a response immediately. It is fun, and it gives you like this weird excitement because we're like refreshing the page, being like, oh, new comment, let's get it back, So it's kind of fun. So we're just playing like Mario Wonder while we're doing it, and it's kind of fun. And so it's like. So maybe we're thinking about maybe changing our upload thing to that, but we'll see.
But I would love your folks' input because you guys are the guys.
Yeah, you guys are
boots on the ground, the closest to us. Does that matter to you? Like, does it matter to you if a video is out at? Because we've always been the 9 a.m. Monday.
Yeah, we've been doing.
And
that
then for the longest time, we were 9 a.m. Monday and 9 a.m. Thursday, and then life just gets crazy, and we never want to mail in videos and just put something out. So we went down to the 1 a week, and then maybe a couple streams, maybe no streams. Just depends on what we have going on. Because we're different than we were 5 years ago. It's a life gets nuts, but it seems to be working. But if the core following's like, dude, fuck that, man. I gotta have you at 9 a.m. like my cup of coffee, son. Well, we're gonna have to really think about things.
Yeah, it's tough. So let us know what you guys think about that. We're testing it out, and it seems to be working analytics wise. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. We're kind of just trying it out. It could be because like these videos are doing good that we've been putting out, so we're letting them breathe longer. So that could be part of it. And it's a popular topic, so that could be part. There's a lot of things that go into it, so that's why we're testing it.
I guess what I would be thinking if I were watching us is like, you guys have been doing this for almost 6 years and you still don't know how it fucking works.
We don't.
And we don't. That's the honest to God's truth.
We don't know shit.
We have no idea when we put a video out if it's going to get 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 100,000, 300,000 views. We have no idea.
Some of my favorite videos are some of our worst videos.
Yeah.
And that's sucks.
It sucks.
It sucks.
Almost makes me want to re-release them in a weird way.
Yeah, but what do you do?
Yeah.
So, but you
then
don't know.
That's not fair to the people who've been with us forever.
Yeah, you don't know. So that was October.
It's the game we play.
It's now November.
Yeah.
It's freaking absolutely insane. It's the holidays are going to be here before we know it, and then before we know it, it's going to be 2024.
We're going to have to set new goals. We're going to have to get geared up for another 24-hour live stream.
It's going to be in a different room.
Yeah.
It's going to be a different game room.
That's the plan. That's the plan. Best laid plans. So we'll see what happens. But we appreciate you and all your support. The Patreon freaks, don't forget, those of you who have been around for over 12 months, beer glasses are ready to go out after January 1.
Yep, they will be coming out, and they are beautiful.
Yeah. The Kuptka, the Gabagool. But anyway, we appreciate you tuning in, subscribing to the channel. Let's catch you guys on the next episode of Gaming Off the Grid. Boom.